In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a sidechain on a bass and the kick. How to make it very good on your mix. I will show you all the steps, but don't worry if this was frustrating. At this end of the video, you will be an expert how to do your sidechain. Let's jump to the video. Here we have the project. So in this project we have the kick over here and we have the bass. Let's play the music a little bit so if you can hear the bass or not.
Oh, love me, love. Born into the world of fear, I found my spirit here. Where then I found my gear. Face challenge without fear. Read me road, face my fear. I can't look back since I'm here. Without G.
So that's the bass from this song. This song is called "Oh Love Me" and it's available in all platforms. If you wanna check it out, I'll leave the link down in the description. And this is the kick. Basically I use a kick, this is the main one, and I use a parallel kick, a parallel compress. So this is what it's doing right here, but we only need one kick for the demonstration of this tutorial. So let's play and hear it how it sounds. So if you pay attention over here, you'll see here the kick it's sending back to this bass over here. So that's what the sidechain is showing. But I will show you from scratch how you can do your sidechain. So first you have to double click on the DAW. You double click over here. You're gonna have a new track over here. So this new track is without a color, with no effects. So if you wanna color this track, you can right click and you go over here, you can color it, and we can say it's red. Let's choose red and press OK. So we color our track. So basically we need two tracks. This one, if we double click here in this space, you can name it. Let's name it bass. Enter. And you double click on the space below. It's gonna bring a new track, and let's do the same thing. Let's color it. You right click and you choose from this menu. You go over here, set track to custom color, and we can choose, let's choose blue. Press OK. So we have our new track, and let's double click on the space over here to name it. Let's name it kick. Enter. So we have our two new track over here that we just made, right? But we need to add some effect. So for the bass one, I made a video for that one. To go to the detail, I'll leave the link in the description also. And I made another video for the kick, how to mix your kick. So you will go to depth how to put effects and all the good stuff that you need to mix your kick and the bass. But for this tutorial, we're just gonna focus on the sidechain, how to connect those two tracks to have a sidechain. But I'm just gonna add some effects just for the sake of it. So let's just right click over here, sorry, left click, And then let's add a EQ. So this is all stock plugin. So if you spell EQ, basically this is all my effects. So if you spell EQ, the first one is called wake up. We double click on it. We don't need a fifth bend. So we're just gonna remove it. And it basically, when you open your new one, is gonna look like this. And we need to cut the low end, because usually human here cannot hear from 50 hertz below. So we're just gonna cut it, and we're just gonna cut it from 40 hertz. But we have to choose the type of the band that we need to use. We're gonna choose high pass, and it's gonna look like that. We're gonna fix our bandwidth to make it look nice, just like that. And we don't need we're just gonna cut it like that. Like I said, I'm just adding this just to make it look better. But if you want to know more specific, go to the last video that I made, how to mix your bass. We give you all the details. So let's do the same for the kick, because both of them are a low frequency instrument. So we right click on the FX, it's gonna show this table here. Same thing, we type EQ, it's gonna show us the first one, which is called a wake up. This is a stock plugin from Reaper. And for my default, I added fifth one, so we're just gonna remove that. So your graph is gonna look like that on your DAW when you open it. So we're just gonna cut the low frequency here, same thing, around 40. Just gonna choose the type. Type is gonna be high pass, and we're just gonna fix the bandwidth like that. So this is our kick effect. So we have both. So basically, we need the kick. We're gonna sidechain. We need the kick to show on the bass, right? And we need the sample also. So let's just drag our samples. So we got the bass, and we have the kick. Those are two samples that we need. Let's adjust it, line it up. Good, looks good there. So this is our two sample that we need. The first one is the bass, the second one is the kick. So now we're gonna have to start doing the sidechain. How do we do the sidechain? We need the kick to show over here. Let me show you. When I play it, you will see here on the feather how is it showing. You'll see. Let me just play. So first I need to solo it and adjust the volume over here. You can adjust the volume to your taste. So let's just say we can adjust the volume to, let's just say -10 for both. So you choose here, and you see how our send is blank and our receive is blank. You see here? So once we do the sidechain, you'll see something over here. Okay? So here we have -10, and we select the bass too. Right click on the feather, and then you have here, and then we just put -10 also. So we have both -10, and make sure they both in center. Panning has to be in center, and we adjust the width to 0 to here in the middle here. We don't want it to be anywhere else, so we put it, it's not gonna be in mono, it's not gonna be, the width is like a stereo thing. We don't want it to be stereo, we don't want it to be too mono. It's just gonna stay on the middle. And we have to adjust this one also. We right click on the feather, make sure it's on the center. So this is our kick, it's on the center, and we have to adjust the width in the middle over here. So it's gonna be zeros. We don't want it to be too stereo, not too mono. So it's gonna look like that. So nothing on the receiver and nothing on the send, right? But now we're gonna do the sidechain. We need to add our effects on the base because we want the kick to show on the base. Okay, we're sending the kick to control the base. So when the kick is kicking, it's gonna slow down the base so the kick can hear. We can hear the kick. So we're gonna press here on the effects for the base, and we're gonna add an FX, which is gonna be the compressor, which is the comp. This compressor is from Reaper stock plugin. You double click on it, and then you'll see this compressor over here. So the main thing is to keep in mind, so the detector input, it's, if we leave it like this, it's gonna act as a compressor. But if we change the input to auxiliary input, it will send this input to line 3 and 4, which we cannot hear. It's just gonna be a signal sending it to the kick. So we're sending the kick over here, right? So we're just gonna press kick and we hold router. So this is from your mix. You'll see this symbol in your mix. You hold it there and you drag it to the track that you need, which is the bass one we need now. We're just gonna leave it there. So once you see this icon like headphones, and then drag it there, and it's gonna ask you, so the kick is gonna be sent to the bass, and then you're gonna hear it from 1 and 2, but you're gonna have to send it to 3 and 4 right there. So it's gonna be just like a signal, and you close it. So once you do that, you will see here when we play it, you'll see here it's gonna come up over here. So you see now here the kick is showing on the bass, right? So if we open the FX, so we go to the compressor. So we're using this compressor as a sidechain. So if we play it, and then I'm gonna press here, preview filter, you will hear the kick coming here because we have the input from the auxiliary, and our input is showing from 3 and 4. Let's play it. So you see when I press there, you see the preview filter, it's showing exactly that is the kick that's coming here. But if you want to go aggressive, we can pull down the threshold, and you will see how the bass and the kick will behave. Let's try that. So you see the way it's behaving. So the kick is taking more space than the bass. So this is why we don't want to put the threshold too much, because the kick is gonna stop the bass to have the same space. So this is why we have this side chain, right? So once the kick is going, so it's pulling down, so it's docking the bass. So every time the kick goes, the bass goes down. So this is what it's doing, pulling the bass down, pulling the bass down, right? So this is what we have, this side chain. So it's very good on the mixing strategy theory once you have all this stuff, right? So for example, if you want to make it really good, you don't want to put it too much, but you want to put it like balance, right? So you can hear the bass and the kick. So it depends on your application. So let's hear it again and adjust it. So for me, I'll leave it there. So it depends on your taste. So this is basically sidechain. So once you pull down the threshold all the way down, you don't need to worry about attack, release, ratio. I don't really touch all this because it's only signal coming in, and you don't want to touch too much because you only need a signal to control the bass or the kick, right? So for example, this was for the bass. So if you want to do it on your kick, what would you do, right? So let's leave this one for our bass. I hope this will help you. I'm your chef. This is your recipe. I hope you can use it. Like, subscribe, leave your thought down in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video.